Hey, you are now locked in the hard reset with Juice Kastoan. Let's go. All right, we are in episode 16. Um, this episode, I want to talk about how society places certain rules in place, yeah, and I think certain rules are made to be broken. But this aspect, this episode is it's going to speak mostly on, no, not even mostly. It's going to speak on the men's side of things. Um, Partly due to, my dad leaving in fourth grade and just going off of, TV, the internet. Um, I came up with my own idea of what a man is supposed to be. Mainly because I didn't have a good example. And you know, I guess I can give you some things I thought a man is. Man is a tough nose, doesn't complain, does whatever he has to do to make sure that his family's good. Um, Attractive to women, um, in good shape, um, an asshole, about the book, do whatever he wants to do. Um, Straightforward, blunt, not soft. Uh, what else is there? The typical traditional male role from like, I guess you can even take it back to like old school, like 50s and 60s. Like in my head, that's what a man was. Fast forward to who I am now. I'm not an asshole anymore. I used to be so sarcastic when I was younger. I'm like, yeah, I'm really sarcastic as it is now. It really happens. Um, um, I'm tough, I would like to think, but it's not my persona. It's not my exterior. It's just say, if I go through something, I go through it. It is what it is. I'll make it through. Um, Other things, I like to get my fingernails painted. It's not very manly to some people, but I think it's cool. Um, I don't believe your exterior shows how much of a man you are. Just because you paint your nails or you like to dress up and wear nice clothes, I don't think that makes you any less of a man. Um, I still believe that a man does whatever he has to do to take care of his family, but I also feel, a man has to be smart because he has to be there for his family. So it needs to be ethical and it needs to be um not breaking any laws. I guess you could say. Find a way to do it legit. Um, just I don't believe that men have to find those traditional roles to be seen and considered as a man. Um, Now, of course, teach their own. Certain people believe certain things. Certain people like to live a certain way. And, certain women are attracted to certain types of men. But for myself, I don't subscribe to really the old ideals. Hell, I don't even believe you have to follow the traditional family roles of like a man goes out and work and woman stays at home. I don't really believe you have to do that. Um, I don't think it's bad either. So, um, I feel, whatever your dynamic is, you find out what your dynamic is with your partner and you make it work. That's just how I feel. You don't have to subscribe to any certain ideals, just whatever works for you to do that. Um, and I think in the black community, it's a lot of people, you got to be a real nigga, um, so to speak, you know? You gotta be a real one. And even though I do believe I'm real, but the things that go with being a real one, I think the ideals are skewed a little bit and they need to be modified. Um, to be a real one, I believe personally, take care of your family, do whatever you can, take care of your family. Always be honest to people, always be real to people, but also be tactful and treat them nicely. Um, take care of others, not just yourself, you know, care about people, not just in the literal sense of like material things, but take care of them emotionally and mentally. Um, don't put yourself or your family in situations where you could be put in a bad spot as well. Um, always be there for your folks, even if they're not your family. Just be there for them. If it's a stranger, I personally believe, if they need your help, if you can help them out. If you feel uncomfortable and you don't think it's a good situation, you're not obligated to help them out, you know? But just be a good person. That's what I truly believe. Just be a good person. You be a good person, then I feel you're doing everything that you need to do to help the world. Because in the end, it's bigger than yourself. It's more than just you. You got the whole world to think about, the whole world to worry about. If one injustice has happened to a certain subset of people, then it can spread and it can eventually lead to your people being treated uh unfairly. So you should not just care about your people, but you should also care about others because it can all trickle down. And that's just how I feel. Um, I don't believe in the podcast bros movement. I don't believe in Myron and Fresh and Fit. You know how they talk about women. Treat women fairly, treat women nicely. Don't treat them like they're less than, and don't judge them for, whatever choices they make. Don't even treat other men and judge them for whatever choices they make. Be understanding of their situations and be understanding of what led them to make that choice, And if you want to do anything, try to help them. If they don't want the help, then, let them live their life. Um, I don't believe in the Andrew Tate uh philosophy. Um, I do think men need to be more confident in themselves and feel good about themselves, but I don't believe they need to look down on other people in order to feel good about themselves. This whole idea of like a high value man and things of that nature, I think that's stupid. I don't think any of that shit matters. I think you should just find someone that you mesh with and someone that you get along with. That's just how I feel. I don't think there's a high value man, high value woman situation. I think that's all just made up for social media. Um, is it true that certain people will only go for certain people because of what they provide? Yes, but it's up to you to decide whether you'll think in that methodology and the ideal of being high valued, or whether you want to think of the ideal of, well, I'm a good person, you know, who cares about the monetary? Just being a good person and being good to the world. That is me. I think that is important. So, if you ask me, I basically say, the traditional roles of being a man, they've changed. It's not like it was in the old school days. People are a lot smarter. People are a lot more caring. And I don't think you have to be this hardcore dude who intimidates everyone he comes by just to be respected. I don't think it's possible. You just need to be a man who cares about his family, cares about doing well and taking care of others, and stands on business. That's it. People respect you if you stand on business. You don't stand on business and get swayed easy, then people won't really respect you. But you stand on business, Doesn't matter if you're tough, doesn't matter if you're short, doesn't matter if you're tall, doesn't matter if you're, super swole and can get into a fight and handle yourself. It doesn't matter. People respect you if you stand on business. Even if you get beat up, they'll be like, well, he got beat up, but he stood on what he believed in. So, I believe in that. Um, that's basically what this episode is about, breaking the stereotypes and the gender norms. I don't really believe there's a norm anymore in regards to men. I believe you just become who you want to become. Just try to be a good person. That's all. This is episode 16. I'm Juice Kastoan. This is our reset. Juice. This was our reset. Hopefully you got some. Leave a comment, answer the polls. Go ahead and contact me at Juice Kastoan on Instagram, Twitter, everything to go and holler at your boy.
Mad thoughts just going through my head. Expectations have been